Welcome to this lecture on modulation in communication systems. So before we start the modulation techniques and the principles of modulation, we just introduce the basic terminologies. The first thing which I want to introduce you to the baseband signals. Normally the voice signals, the television signals, the voice signals whose frequency normally ranging from 0 to 4 kilohertz, whereas the TV signals, the television signals, which is ranging from 0 to 6 range. These signals normally called as the baseband signals. A signal may be sent in its baseband format when there is a dedicated wire channel is available. So if it is a wired type of system, wired type of communication system where the voice signal directly or the TV signal directly can be transferred via a physical channel. But when we are trying to transfer this signal over wireless, like in the communication, radio communication systems, this signal has to be transformed into a passband signals. Now, the other common terminology that we are going to see in this particular lecture or in this particular topic is the modulating signals. The baseband signals is also called modulating signals, and these are the signals that is supposed to be transmit over distance. And these signals are normally denoted by FM. Then normally, in order to modulate the signal, there must be a high frequency carrier signal, and this carrier signal is normally referred to as FC, GC carrier signal. And these carrier signal will be stronger than the modulated signal. Main purpose of the carrier signal to carry the modulated signal over distance without losing the much of its information. Now once the modulating signal added to the carrier signal, or the end result of the modulation is called the corresponding signal is called the modulated signal. And depending upon the system, we can find can be AM, can be FM, PM, and so on. Now we'll see what is the basic definition of modulation. It can be defined as it's a process of shifting the baseband signal to passband range. So when we try to transfer the message signal or the input signal or the modulated signal over distances, then definitely it is required to transfer the baseband signal into passband signal or passband range. The process of shifting the passband signal to baseband frequency, or the opposite process that is known as the demodulation. So the modulation normally happens at the transmitter side, whereas the demodulation normally happens at the receiver side. Now the next thing is what are the main reasons for the modulation? There are many advantages or there are many purposes for the modulation, and one of such application is simultaneous transmission of different signals. If it is required to transmit different signals through the single channel, there is one way is to modulate with different carrier frequencies. Then if you want to transmit the signal, using the baseband signals, definitely the design of antennas is one of the biggest constraint. So we used to have what you call antennas of very bigger sizes that can accommodate or that can easily transmit the signal or can be receive the signal. Now the other important point is the exchange of power and bandwidth. So these are the some of the features of the reasons for the modulation. It is also able to get high signal to noise ratio, because when you transfer the signal over distance, signal to noise ratio is one of the main concerns.